Welcome to the Tuesday edition of Take 5 for Torah. Tuesdays will be the entire book of Shmuel Aleph. The book of Samuel has enough chapters to go over a year. So over this year on Tuesdays, we will learn a chapter each time in this wonderful book of Shmuel. And the first chapter introduces his birth. We're told about his mother, Chana, one of the 7 prophetesses, 7 Neviot of Tanakh. And they are Sarah, Miriam, Devorah, Chana, Abigail, Huldah, and Esther. We'll have other occasions to talk about the prophecies of those others, but we'll see here in this short time what exactly qualifies Chana to be considered a prophetess. We're told of the birth of Shmuel. Poor Chana was married to Elkanah with no children, and at that time polygamy was allowed, and her husband Elkanah had another wife, Penina, who had many children. The Talmud says 10 children, and Chana was all by herself with no children. And she was very sad about her circumstance. The Talmud says that Penina did this with good intent, but she angered Chana and took advantage of her status as the one with all the children, and she was insensitive to Chana. Be that as it may, Chana wouldn't eat or wouldn't drink at the festivals that the family took in the holy city of Shiloh, and Elkanah came to Chana and said, "Why are you upset? Why are you depressed? Am I not as good for you as 10 sons?" And it was just then that Chana started to take everything into her own hands. Because until then, Chana was perhaps still hoping against hope that she might have a child. But by her husband saying, "Am I not better for you than 10 children?" it seemed to Chana that her husband was giving up hope on her. In other words, "I don't expect you to have a child, but I couldn't love you more even if you did, even if you had 10 children, like Penina." And that this perhaps qualifies this story as the Haftorah of the first day of Rosh Hashanah, because Rosh Hashanah is all about hope. It's all about renewal. It's all about starting over. And this is the element of hope where Chana says, "My husband has given up hope on me, but I have not, because with God there is always hope." And she prays for the child. The high priest, Eli, sees her. She looks so upset about her situation that he thinks that she's drunk, and he rebukes her for that. And she explains herself and says that "I am a very, very harsh spirit. I'm very depressed because of my situation." She doesn't even tell him what she's praying for. And he just tells her, "Whatever you're asking, God will give you." Yitein Hashem et sheilateich, which means your request. Without the aleph in the Masoretic version of the pasuk, the sheila seich, it gives a hint to her giving birth. So that's he's hinting to her that even without telling me, I know what you're asking for. He may have had an intuition, and she confidently went back to the family and joyfully joined the group. And indeed, within the year, she gave birth to Shmuel. In her special song called Shirat Chana, which comprises the end of the Haftorah of the first day of Rosh Hashanah, she predicts that her son would crown kings. And he did. He crowned 2 kings, Shaul and David. And she speaks of barren women who will one day give birth to 7 children. Perhaps Chazal had a premonition of this, that when she was asking for a Zera Anoshim, which the Gemara understands to mean she was hoping that her son would be as good as 2 people together. Imagine such a thing. And very interesting that she says, until a barren woman gives birth to Shiv'ah, 7 children. The name she gave her child, Shmuel, is the exact numerical value, the exact gematria of Shiv'ah. Plus, if Shmuel was indeed like 2 children himself, she gave birth to 5 more afterwards. As if though she was predicting that with Shmuel counting as 2, I would have these 7 children, and God gives to the barren woman. This is perfect for Rosh Hashanah. It's perfect for our hopes. It's perfect for the introduction to this beautiful book of Sefer Shmuel, which we will learn in its entirety, 5 minutes every Tuesday morning for the entire year.